in a long term, see, the thing is what's not meant for me or anybody is something that doesn't really communicate to you, like the side or the side that you're trying to do, which is like in a relationship, is it like, are we together? Are we looking at a future thing? Can we work anything in our minds first? Do we have an imagination enough? And when it comes to narcissism, their imagination is kind of southerly. It's that's the problem. First of all, the a fully encapsulated mind is caught up in imagining a life to be, and you can get caught up in their problem because they don't communicate. And see, for me, this is the truth, and I know that somebody's listening to this more than just Kimcast, but Kimcast seems to have dialed in and here's what needs to be heard, because I have tried to communicate this, and it doesn't come back to me like it really hears anything, like it just doesn't know that it's happening, or I don't know. You know what? I'm just fed up with something in my life, and I just weigh it out, and I think no, I have had more days of feeling being broken down and being exhausted, and also being really my health declining, kind of, and I know that it's a combination of a change of life. This is where I don't know, I'm really foggy, and I'm just fucking thanking people for supporting me beyond your capacity to really know what I'm going through, I think, but because we all have unique situations, but there is a common scenario that comes along with the trauma bond scenario, where all I know, babes, is that I don't want to blame any one person, but it, you have to take care of yourself and feel like, well, if you keep feeling pain, and literally, I wanted to talk about, like, okay, so let's back away from my personal subject matter, because I am in so much. I think I need my meditative life. I want my peace, my own way of calming down. See, I haven't been able to have that. It's been about 3.5 years. Call it falling down financially. And also, I've talked about it, and it's actually on record here. And I didn't erase a lot of the videos from when I did first start, when I was talking about some things that had led to my being kind of pretty much like led to starvation. And I have had to pick myself up. See, I don't want to go through this anymore of feeling like really like pitiful and sorry, and then brought to see, I'm prone to anger anyway. I have a dynamic, with something that may have happened before I was even born, that people were always in argument and even domestic violence happening, and I've talked about it here. And see, I don't need all of that to be jiggered and preyed upon by whatever satanic cult that actually preys upon. Everybody's like, say, need for understanding or trauma, or yeah, say need for being handled in a certain way or acknowledged, or even, yeah, needing a real presence there of love and stuff like that, right? I mean, oh God, I just said it right there, to satanic society, because it just seems like that it's just something that preys on such negativity. Like, I'm pretty sure I am devastated, because I think I have to, as well as because I want the better version that I can be all around, because I am not sitting on a $500,000 or $1 million worth of assets here that I would love to share with somebody whom I love and they love me, and we can trust that we leave a legacy. I don't want to be, I don't want it to be a one-sided conversation. And I also don't want it to be something that's not meant for me. Because, okay, so then how do you know, Shauna? You're so unique and different. And what's meant for you certainly isn't what the whole mainstream is used to doing, which is the norm, which is like, yeah, right, is it working out yet? I mean, really, what's the norm? They say like 75% of people who get married get a divorce. And then what else? I mean, what else is happening? See, I really don't know. Is it better to not own property and not own your home and just what? See, I don't want to lose any more that I have. And I'm talking about when you meet the wrong people and you're having a wrong association, like people aren't really enhancing you, your worth, your wealth, leading you into the right direction of your own energy, say, because like I said, I have been down for so long that all I can do is have compassion for myself right now and hold back tears right in front of your face. You would know it. But you don't want to give them the enemy loose. See, I have a little bit more spirit in me. I can tell them it's like, no, you can't do this to me. What is it, Shauna? What happened? Okay, so it's been little shots, right? Little hits for over the last 3.5 years or so. Not just by like one association, but babes, it's been like groups that have been coming at me. And I have had nothing but another kind of initiation also with my spirit guides and the real love, of course for myself and stuff. And I'm like, wait a minute, please, man, I do um want to live. I want what's right for me. And I kind of got already an inkling, like a vision of what like spirit was trying to tell me. It's like, oh, you want something cool? You want something way better than anything that you can ever possibly think of. You can't think of it because you're too afraid, but you need to move out of the country. You need to sell out here. Do not take a single bit of memorabilia. Maybe see if your brother wants some of your mother's writings or whatever, but learn to let all of that go and start over completely. Why, Shauna? Why? Why, spirit guides? Why, Shauna? Where are you going to run to where there isn't this society that is not so narcissistic? See, you're going to have to pick up completely alone and probably make a big move across the world just for what? See, the thing is, see, I know better. I know better. See, I'm a very much an enlightened person, and I'm pretty sure I'm asking for donations here so that I can level myself out of the stress that you know how it is when you're relying on something that you don't rely on. See, I don't want to rely on the source that I've been relying on, which is somebody who has been okay. So they've been really being nice to me, but is it nice to me if if I feel like I'm exhausted all the time? That they're not really. See, I've already had this happen with my stepmother, who after a while I can just see, this is feeling like I'm getting like more and more weight put on me just little by little, even though they were so-called helping me pay taxes. I'm here to tell you people right now, you're not helping anybody by just paying their taxes, babe. That's a fucking torture there. That's something that like, okay, like you're helping everybody go to the dentist too, probably, right? You won't do anything for them. But oh, you gotta go to the dentist? All right. Oh God, I love you guys out there. You guys are so holding each other, the best versions of each other up. See, when you're dealing with toxic people in your life, or a toxic place, or thing, and I could probably admit that, yeah, I could definitely look into it. I've been dealing with many toxic different things, right? I'm a pretty resilient person, and like with social media, isn't that not a toxic fucking place? But how do we use it though? See, I've been whittling it down to where it's like, well, really, but how do we use it? See, I've been using it to spread the information about the possibility of enlightenment, which is a very people toss that around like just like you can toss around the subject matter of narcissism. Yeah, But no, we are looking at something very real that if you cast that out, then goodbye humanity, because your enlightenment is very important. You have to seek your enlightenment. I don't know. There's what other words do you use? The Christians say, "Be reborn, become reborn." It's not hocus pocus. It's been here. The phenomena of like seeking somebody who has achieved better than you. Now, but I didn't just say they got an education at the local college over there, and now they're working as a government worker doing using their money to fucking do something that's like very questionable, really, right? Because narcissists do things questionable across the board. And getting back to my say, okay, I'll pick on my stepmother, but they all have the same exact frequency signature. Here comes my cat. I love her so much. She's getting so beautiful. Sorry about the interruption. It's a really dramatic and uncomfortable subject matter, and that's why look at how beautiful she is. She's so marvelous that I thank you people for supporting me just a tiny bit, because I hate what's happening with humanity. It's like we can hardly have animals because we're like in this survival mode. And see, when I really need to. I want to be as sincere as possible, and this is one of the first videos that is like, okay, I'm giving it a shot because really, I am not somebody. All my life, I've seen that there's a problem here. That there are people that like it's just the average, right? It's the common thing. It's like, you know what? Mind your own business. Play your piano. Do things that center you up, and discover things and share that with people. Say, and see, the main thing you're doing is saying, no, this is possible for you, that you can become somebody who's centered and spaced out a little bit on not people but the truth, found something with joy. You say eureka, and then you share it with people. For me, it was my music. It was. But not really, my music. It's just that you can have, really, I would go so general and say you can have something that, in fact, when you concentrate on it enough and give it enough attention, undivided, that's not people, but just the truth, it will satisfy you enough to where, in fact, if it's the truth, like, about music or even cooking or anything. Now, a lot of narcissists will try to knock you around, but mostly that's just like 3 people out of 30 who you'll get 27 people who will be genuinely inspired. Really, they'll like it. They'll say, "Yeah, you're playing there. That's amazing." You're not necessarily doing it for that reason, though. A narcissist would do that for that reason. It's for the reason of just saying, you know what, you can become centered too, and provide some kind of field of information that isn't. Sorry. When Mars goes retrograde, which is going to happen towards, I think it's the 7th of December or something like that. Social media is supposed to be a social service that when you hear people like me trying to talk to you, see, I think we're past the time of feeling like we're still living under the control system. It's like, no, the trauma bond narcissist puts your body into, it keeps it in that state of, pardon me while I catch my breath, all right? Because I'm so upset. We are learning something very profound. Thanks for reminding me about the higher octave of love, that, look, there's like and then there's love. And if you can like and love the person, now you're talking. But I think I'm experiencing, oh boy, during the last Neptune Venus opposition, I've experienced people that it's hate that you can't take personally. They have an inner problem with themselves, right? You have to lose those people out of your life because they are so immersed in their own prejudice against themselves about something, and they hate you because they're comparing or something. I know that. See, here's where I'm being tempered, and probably I'm taking whatever good that can come out of this really hard time of trying to get what I need into me, but being abused at the same time. And see, the thing is like some of these people don't know that that's what they're doing. And it's like, you know what? I kind of do believe it, because 80% of the Earth's population is sent into this bent way to be because they're indoctrined by something. And you want to call it, I don't know. I try to keep money out of it because money can be converted into a better thing, just if you have a better thing going on up there, you know what I mean? Try love on for a one size is gonna have to work, man. I mean, really, and that's what I'm talking about. I'm like, what? This is a time now that we have to live. Pluto's in fucking Aquarius. I'm gonna activate to try and get what I need into me by way of loving people. And if I see, you'll know that that's not meant for you when you're rendered up bitter, tired, exhausted. Just you can't get a break. How about feeling like that you can't get a break? You can't get your own stability. See, I want this to be felt. Stop expecting people to be perfect. See, I regret the things that I say that are very mean to people when I'm hurting really bad. I can't really have anything for people that hold that against me. That I think we're in a very weird time right now, and we should just get away from each other and figure out what do we have for each other. See, here I am, like kind of just going like this, please. See, I have spirit guides and I have God. I pray really hard, just through tears, saying, please send me a job, right? That's what I'm looking for now for my community. I'm pretty sure, though, I have to leave my community. If this is the same video that I'm talking about that's saying, look, dare do this, keep doing it. Australia, if that one person keeps sending me money, I am really tempted to say, you know what, I have a friend in Australia. Isn't that weird? Why, Shauna? You think money talks? No, there's a media on it says, in God we trust, and I'm going to use it the way that God, that's whatever is talking about God right there, that's a human being that says, babes, if you use this right, this can be your safety net. You can, right? Maybe? No? Woo! No! No! Oh man, love and God, yes, is your safety net, but not money. See, money works, and anything works, everything works, even this cat. You see, that's what the narcissist doesn't have a good handle on is discard what you can't use, keep what you can use. See, I fell into that shitty zone just over the past, well, over 4 years now. You call it 5 is when they tried to really make it difficult for us, and then you really can't tell what was happening then. It's like, did you survive? Can love survive this? Psh, isn't enough love out there. There isn't enough real, live, achieved love for people to have held themselves together. I say no. Even though it was trying to happen, boom, they got blown apart. Put your mask on, and yeah, how about that money scene where ongoing. But don't you think that they were trying to help us figure it out? I say yes. And I just about did figure it out. It's obvious. We have to change first of all, you change your consciousness, and a lot of things turn into a better scene, even this cat. I love her so much. She's so sweet. I can't afford to be brought down anymore into frustration and anger and this bitterness that I think that the mind boning trauma bond control people want you to be in. See, my stepmother. See, I could tell little by little. I could tell it's like, you know what, this person is an anomaly of fucking pain. I mean, you can just pick up and comment. I've talked about it before. It's better than your sci-fi movies put together because it might be true that there's people locked onto this plane. They are so fucking miserable. And they see the free ones coming in and out of here, right? That say, oh, wait, but what about that there's eternal life? How about that? And what was Jesus Christ talking about? I mean, are you having fun yet? They have fun when you are miserable. That's just the bottom line. And how do they get there? Well, they have a job. They see there's right now that I'm pretty sure what's making me miserable, and there's a lot that could happen. See, people tried to come up into the mountains to get away from all of the miserable shit that you can do without it, most of it. 3/4 of the shit that they have people running around for, you can do without it, including the people that are locked into that shit. So you come up to the mountains, and here I am. This is my story. It's been 35 years that I've been up here, and now I'm ready to move because it's like, babes, I'm trying to ignore it. It's like I'm supposed to ignore this. These people are paid. to shit all over somebody like me. And I'm not kidding that they are literally paid to do it. See, there's this one dog, I've talked about it before, never has it happened. And it's like, it's wrong to have that happen. It's barking continuously. It stops in the middle of the day here. It's not barking now, but then somebody has hired this fucking to happen. I'm not kidding. It must be happening like this. Well, now, it goes from, it starts to bark at 9:45 at night. Any time of morning you can zero in, oh, it's barking. Yep. And when it barks, it usually goes for 2 to 3 hours. It's just this dog. What is wrong with a dog that it has to bark? And it's a big dog too. It's this big, whoo, whoo, whoo. It just echoes. I have yet to go walk and find it. See, I didn't come up here for that. Did you? No. Now there's another one. Same. It's like they're side by side now. They got another one. They're paid to do this to me. Last night was so hard because I'm trying to keep my balance, right? I should have taken see, I'm not somebody who wants to live in chaos. I don't, and I have never really. I love my peaceful life. I came up to the mountains for a reason. It's because you can really get into like just how still everything is. Everything is always happening, and it can seem like chaos, but no, it's still, and you know what I mean? It's the wilderness. God. Oh, I love it. And I see the thing is that I'm going into my mind. I have nostalgia from the time that when I first moved up here when I was 16 and even before how it was. And I go back and I really relish that memory, and that's not a good sign because it's not happening here anymore. And of course, the stupid neighbors, the people that are offended because I'm somebody here much more accomplished than they are, and when I tell them that they're stupid and tell them no, and they take me to court, and all I can do is observe and say, "This is the way you guys work shit out, huh?" No wonder it's never going to work out because that's not reality oriented. You guys are disrespectful, liars, cheaters, all that stuff, and that's the courthouse over there to begin with, since the days of Christ, who tried to warn us. Look at these fucking people. Can't even love each other and say, "Hey, you know what? We agree on what constitutes our well-being." If you are clueless, it's the truth, and it's the same for everybody. God is a frequency found within. When you tap it, and you give, see, that's the thing that might have attracted some of my predators is that, and I call it a predator is because it's not awakened yet, and it's operating just like a predator. It does, and it brings out the worst in you, doesn't it? It wants to play a game. So it's like, okay, we'll play a game, and it's like, you know what? You can't play a game with love because, oh man. See, it's trying to break me down, and I'm saying it can't. I'm just going to say I've had enough. I tried to get up in the middle of battling depression, where, see, when I am being attacked by, it's everybody really is under a spell, and I'm experiencing it like man, I must be really important to somebody up there or here, because I'm being attacked. If it's not fucking Elon Musk and the goddamned EMF waves that I'm like, nah, I'm ignoring you and I'm preaching. This is enlightenment. There's love possible. There's two types here. I keep advancing and I found a fucking language. Now I'm tying it up with, wow, they're already talking about it. You become a channel and then you get friends. Make sure they're your real friends that can open up a central bank. And it's like, well, but where do we get the money, Shauna? Things might change. You can take them to courts, sell out, regroup, but make sure it's a socialist system. You can change stuff that's kind of trying to be a socialist system, but nobody's talking about it. They would rather hire a bunch of handicapped robots, narcissists, to do the work of car insurance. Babe, I know I'm talking about something there. And you can't convince me. Oh, Shauna, that's for people who really do get injured. And blah, blah. Yeah, I know that you can take care of them. Plus, I know this for a fact because I'm not sopping it up. Somebody else is capitalizing on the fact that I fucking paid car insurance. At the very least, why can't it just pay for our cars? Give me a new car. It's supposed to be car insurance. Sorry, moving the camera. They owe me a car. I bothered to hold on to the car for 20 years, and I've done stuff to it. It's falling apart now. I am really deeply concerned about my car. that it might light on fire when I'm going down the road because something is doing friction in the back. I know it needs to be probably re-bearinged, right? New ball bearings. It's actually a really good car. I should sell it before, and I am. This is what I have to deal with. If I don't meet a person that I can genuinely trust with my energy, that it's reciprocated back, that it enhances who I am, and I enhance who they are. See, with a narcissist, when you're enhancing who they are, see, now this is what I'm saying, like what money does for us also. Of course, I love this saying, and I guess I'll thank you for donating once again, man. The person that keeps donating into me, I'm warning you. Do you want me to come live with you? I mean, when I sell out, and if I do, I'll have plenty of money. I mean, and I'm capable of working. See, I'm capable. I want it now, but I'm in a community where it's like I'm afraid that I think I know better. See, my life has ended. It has to be completely different, and I'll try. I'm on the verge of giving it a try, but I need to raise my vibrational frequency. I know you think I look great right here, but no, you put more light on me. Well, you can't go wrong, I guess. I have Mars trine my ascendant, but I haven't had a shower in so long, really. And this is the thing that I think the narcissists and everybody, the demons out there, really, they're not human beings. So I don't know. What are we going to do about it? They want you dead because you're able to heal. You're feeling good after we're supposed to be having a hard time with my hard time. You're supposed to, and it's like, oh God, it's hard to tell who is who because I'm here to tell you, and I hope to God that my brother is listening to this because I don't know what happened to him, but it's fine. You can pretend like it's a war with me when really it's like I would like to have us come together. What if we did sell out and just go up on a hill that's I want 30 acres or so and a little tiny hut, and you can have your little tiny. Why do we have to live so isolated and like eating our TV dinners and looking at our budgets? Anybody interested? Like, I hate to make it a fucking competition with Kimcast now because I don't think anybody can match her. And I don't even know if it's a man or a woman, to tell you the truth. I don't know what even she looks like, and that's how bitchin' she is, really. I bet you she's a gorgeous person. But anyway, I see the beauty in everybody, especially when everybody. Everybody! I do. This is who I really am. And narcissists hate that. They want to, if we're getting into a love affair, it's like, babe, I love everybody. And you fell in love with me because here's the thing that happens. Everybody falls in love with the master. There are people here right now that I can tell it's like, God, there's a reason why and it's like, well, yeah, there's love exists and you should get in touch with your own sense of saying, God, I love this. And it could be just a sense of like, how's your symmetry? You like symmetry? Do you like good music? I mean, I don't know. It's really a foggy subject matter, but make sure you're feeling good and send it money. Send it money. Sorry, I say that like George Carlin. Something dragged me down. I picked myself up. Why are you allowing so much air to lollygag when we don't have time for that? There's a Mercury retrograde coming, and that's when everybody's going to start the holidays. People are going to start rejecting me, by the way, because I don't have a family. I don't have any community around me that says, "Oh, Shauna, come on over. We're having a potluck. Bring your pie." And I'll be like, "Okay, maybe." I don't know. I don't like people that much. I don't really like the mainstream to do. I don't want to fit in like that. I'm okay with being left alone, but it's hard when, see, I remember last many Thanksgivings where I'm thinking, I know how to cook an entire Thanksgiving dinner, by the way. And leave it to me enough, I will perfect it and it'll be just fucking amazing like Martha Stewart over there. And I've done that and done that and done, and really I'm thinking, why can't these fucking buzzards do that every once in a while for us? It's usually the women who do it, right? And to tell you the truth, not all women know how to cook. A lot of people can have Venus square Saturn and a Mars square Pluto or something, and they cannot run a golf ball through a fucking gutter if our lives depended on it. We cannot depend on them for a bead of sweat, even if it was 120 degrees. Chorus. And we really needed the moisture. Anyway, thanks for listening and humoring me. I'm actually in a lot of pain. Unfortunately, that's the way I've always pacified my pain of feeling abandoned.